Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to Play It Paint and Live. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday evening. And here we go with another one of these. Today is going to be a little bit different because we are going to be using this live stream to talk a little bit about our Extra Life 2019 campaign. So if you haven't seen it yet, the Play It Painted Extra Life 2019 campaign is online. And where's my live stream? Sorry guys, hold on. I'm sure it's here. There it goes, live now. Let's have a look. Opening up my comment section. Okay, there we go. Alright, so if you are interested in supporting our Extra Life 2019 campaign, I will be talking about that as the subject of this video, and we'll be painting up some Malifaux 2nd Edition Ronin, because why not? Why not, I say. So yeah, we're going to get going, doing some painting, doing some talking, doing the things that we do, you know. Yeah, so, and if you're just joining us, and let us know what you're painting or should be painting. Yeah, this is... These are Ronin. They're from a game called Malifaux, and we're gonna talk. And I'm just gonna paint their clothing in real fast, and we're gonna talk about Extra Life 2019, what it means for this channel, what it could mean for you, how you could end up getting some sweet swag by participating, and of course helping out sick kids and their families, right? That's the whole point of the campaign. This is a campaign that I participate in now every year. This is my 6th year participating, and I if I'm being completely honest with you guys, like, you know, they can be challenging, and you know, you gotta muster a lot of resources, and then it's just a lot of work leading up to the campaign. And then after the campaign's done, there's still quite a bit of work to be done. Okay, so that said, I will also admit that every single year, yes, I do have a bit of hesitation before I go in to these campaigns, but I never regret. Never, ever, I've never regretted participating in Extra Life. It's been a fantastic experience for me, top to bottom. And I find it very rewarding, and it's just super fun, right? I feel like everybody who participates wins quite a bit. And I'm not just talking about swag. I just mean, like, I think this makes us all feel a little bit better about being able to apply our hobby, our passion, to a worthy cause. And for me, it's really neat too, because, you know, you get to give away some really cool stuff. You get to hang out with your friends, and you know, everything you're doing is going towards this really awesome cause. So I'm super down for that. Okay, so like I said, it's my 6th year participating, and when I participate, usually have a goal of. I usually have a goal, and then I just move it up and up and up every time we smash through it. That said, this year they're just making us, you know, participate at a higher goal. They've done some streamlining to the Extra Life process. This year there are, you know, so you basically have a regular membership and a premium membership. My name is something Wong. What's up, Nelson? And so they streamlined it. You know, they made us set loftier goals this year, and I'm down with that. That's fine. So that, yeah, that's what's going on. And for you guys, what it means is we're just gonna do what we do. I've learned a lot about how to run the Extra Life campaign in such a manner that's going to benefit the most number of people, or at least I believe that to be the case. Yeah, and this video is meant to explain all that. So if you have any questions or anything about Extra Life, or you can ask me about what I'm painting, you can ask me about Malifaux, you can ask me if I'm a bad person, you can ask me whatever. Now's the time. You can feel free to throw them questions out. Okay, so this year, like I said, we're going with one big fixed goal. Okay, the fixed goal for my campaign is $1,000, and I think it's a pretty realistic goal. It's usually a little bit higher than where I like to start for Extra Life, but no, I think it's gonna work out well. So we're starting at 1,000 goal, and the actual campaign is going to consist of 3 different parts. This one here will be the blonde one. I like this one is my favorite sculpt, although I don't know what happened there. It's a little crust. No, I think that's a little armor. I'll make that into armor. So my campaign is in 3 parts. Okay, there is the initial campaign, which is essentially like pre-sale, right? That's where we're in right now. We're in the pre-sale mode. Pre-sale means this is stuff that is set to go onto the auction for eBay, pre-sale and commission. And so here's how it goes. So I usually have painted miniatures, or miniatures that I will be painting during the campaign. What I do with those miniatures is I will then auction those miniatures and put the proceeds towards my Extra Life campaign. This is something I think I started 2 years ago, and it's really nice because it's a way to sort of front load the campaign, and it allows donors, participants, to get exactly what they want, without having to stress out over the raffles. The raffles are great. We're keeping the raffles, but the raffles are part of phase 2 and 3. All right. So in this first phase, essentially, this is all stuff that I'm about to drop on eBay. But before I do that, I offer it up to our local gamers. Okay. This is just because I've always offered this type of stuff to locals first, because that's really where everybody wins. And I offer them to locals for lower prices than what I intend on selling them for on eBay. Again, that's intentional. The idea there is, if it's a local player, that player is usually supports me throughout the year, right? Comes to my events, maybe hires me on for a commission or 2. Basically just, somebody that if I'm gaming with you locally, right? You're a good person and I want to game with you more locally, and I have this stuff, and I figured, hey, before I offer it up to the internet and the larger world out there, let's offer it to my friends. Let's offer it to people that I'm going to be able to game with. Everybody wins in that case, right? The kids get more money. I end up, a local person gets a fully painted crew or team or whatever, and I end up, still being able to visit with those miniatures I just sold, right? They still get to be part of our local meta. So in that case, everybody wins, right? So right now I had 4 Guild Ball teams and like 2 Malifaux crews up for pre-sale. If you want to see the pre-sale stuff, go to my Facebook page, Play It Painted. There is a post up there today with all the pre-sale stuff on it. Just go check that out, and yeah, you'll see stuff on there. There's a great McMorning crew that I just finished painting on there. For example, there's a Rail crew, which is an awesome crew on there. There's also a Miners Guild that hasn't been sold, and there's another guild on there. I forget what it was. But yeah, just go check out my Facebook page. If you haven't already, give it a like. And that's where locals or people willing to do local pickup can go look at things that they can buy pre-sale that their money is just going to be donated directly to Extra Life, right? So we've already had a few people do that. It's already been pretty successful. So far, I have sold an order team, and I sold a miners team, not miners, order team and navigators. So I've sold order and navigators, and there's still a couple of teams up there, and there's 2 Malifaux crews on there. And so what happens is I'm going to leave those things up there for a couple of weeks at least, and then they're going to start to show up on eBay. And I'll start auctioning them off 1 week at a time on eBay. But the idea is, if a local wants it, I'm going to be loyal to the local and sell it to them first. So that's phase 1, right? Phase 2 of this is our online raffles. And I have some smaller items, like smaller single items, limited edition models, that kind of stuff, unpainted stuff typically, that I'm going to include on an online raffle. And the online raffle is the way for all of you folks who follow me online but are not local to me, for you to participate and have some fun entering some raffles and play, kind of just get involved. And your money, your donations will go to a very worthy cause. Okay? So if you want to see a list of the stuff that is on the online raffle, you will have to go to my Extra Life page directly, and I think you can just look me up by my name on Extra Life, and I'll show up there, and you can look up exactly what you're looking for. Geez, that Black Templar is just about gone. Let's get a different Black Templar. But yeah, that's the idea. You can participate. Now, online raffles are very simple. You can enter an online raffle for as little as $5. You just donate $5 to my campaign, and when you go to click donate, if you want to leave any message for me, you just pick something from the online page list of raffle stuff and just say, I want, my entry to go to this particular raffle. You can also, there's also a deal, I believe. I think you get like, it's like 1 for $5, 3 for 10 or something, and then it's something, I want to say it's like 10 entries for $20, and that's going to help a lot for the online raffles, right? So online raffles are like less, the dollar amounts are going to be less than the pre-sales and the auctions, but it's just another fun way for people to participate. Now, in years past, what I used to do is we would raffle off like one thing a week, and we used to play board games. We would play, for those of you who used to watch the channel back then, we would play the Friday Night Fiasco game, and in the middle of that game, if I wasn't too drunk while we were playing, I would go ahead and raffle off something, right? Like I'd raffle off a Ninja All-Stars team or something like that. Now, some of you on the channel have been asking me if we're ever going to get the late night board gaming back. I would love to bring late night board gaming back. And I would also really love to make a promise that this year for Extra Life, I'm going to bring back the late night board gaming with the raffle in the middle of the late night board gaming. I do not have any of that confirmed yet. Okay? I'm trying. I'm trying very hard. If you guys want me to do that, like if you want to help me try to get back the late night gaming, board gaming, because we figured I've cracked how to do it, right? Now that Google Hangouts is gone, I know how to do it again using Discord and using OBS. But what I need is I need the team back, right? I need the board game players back. So I will need to find people willing to stay up late with me and play some of these board games. I would absolutely love it. So I'm looking for some volunteers to do that. I've reached out to some of the people who did this with me previously. And this offer does extend to you too as well, Nelson, though I know you are very, very busy with work. So no pressure, but just know that the door is open. If you are interested in participating in some late night gaming, we can make it happen. I would love to do that. I'm going to see, I've been trying to reach out to Josie and some of the other folks that we gamed with, Josie, Mark. Let's see if Yvonne is interested in doing that at all. I don't know. I haven't talked to her. Well, I mentioned it to her before, and she seemed mildly interested in it. But I don't know if she's interested in it, if that makes sense. So I was gauging her interest before. Let's see if she's interested in doing it now. But yeah, those are super fun. They're super entertaining for everybody. And yeah, I've you guys have sent in your comments like, hey, when are you gonna do the board gaming thing again? I just want you to know I totally hear you, and I totally agree that the board gaming is super fun. So yeah, we're gonna try. That's all I can say, guys. That's all I can really promise you, is that I'm gonna try. It doesn't have to be a Friday night. I want to do maybe 2 or 3 board gaming sessions. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. I think I could do. I think I could do. Probably, I'd say, ideally 3, but maybe we only do 2. That's fine also. But the idea is, I want to do like Zombicide. I want to do easy games that we've had in the past that we know how to run. And yes, they will devolve into just weird chatter and that kind of stuff. I no longer have Shadows Over Brimstone, so yeah, it's a bummer not being able to do that. I also no longer have the technology to do what's it called? Mansions of Madness. So that's unfortunately off the table as well. But Zombicide, Super Dungeon Explorer, those kinds of games are still fair game. And I'll see what else we might be able to play. We might be able to play the Faceless, which is a really kind of cool, interesting board co-op board game. Now, if you're talking Saturday night, you can apply for. Okay, well, it could be a Saturday night. I'll see who we can get for Saturday night. I do want it to be a crew of at least 3 to 4 players. Not at least. I'll just say ideally 3 to 4 players. I want it to be 3 to 4 players, and I want to have, I need to have like a talkative mix. I need people that are quick, good with banter, people that can, stay in the games and have a good time. So, yes. So yeah, that would be quite awesome if we could do that. And then in the middle, we would do online. Everybody knows that I rarely drink, so joke's on me. Yeah. I think managing 3 people online and their moves online is about as much as I can handle. So we're just gonna treat it that way. Okay, really liking the sort of Wu-Tang Killer Bee outfit that she's got. So that's phase 2, online raffles. Phase 3, which is the final push into the campaign goal, that's the live event. Okay? So the live event is November 2nd. This is something that I'm working on with Spencer over at Comic Quest. We always kind of team up every year and run our Extra Life campaigns together. And this year we're going to do kind of a dual event. A painting, half of it will be a painting event, and the other half will be a miniatures game. I have not decided what the miniatures game is. You know, we still have a lot of activity around Guild Ball, but right now, Malifaux kind of the hotness. The downside to running a Malifaux event, though, is Malifaux is a very long game. So I would prefer to do something a little more lightweight that I could administer while we have to do all the raffles and that kind of stuff. But I also really like Malifaux, so we'll see how that goes. And there's going to be some big prizes at the live event. So it's basically 3 categories of prizes that you're going to be going for. Like I said earlier, right now there's a lot of people. The participation is in the pre-buy stuff, and I forgot to mention too that I will be donating a portion of all the proceeds I get from now until November 2nd from commission work directly into my Extra Life campaign. So I'm hitting myself in the pocketbook to help this campaign be successful. And again, I've done that for several years, right? During this time, just this time of year, I just know, like, I'm gonna dump at least half of everything I make this time of year into my Extra Life campaign. So yeah. But yeah, let me know if you have any specific questions, comments, if you want to figure out how you can help really kind of push this year's campaign into overdrive. I'm really excited for it. This year already, so far, it's been the first official day. Thanks, Delson. I wouldn't call myself a good man. But you know, there are certain things that are near and dear to me. Obviously kids are. You know, that's I can be kind of a cold-hearted dude in a lot of other ways, but not with kids. Not with kids. Just, you know, as a dad who is just so extremely fortunate to have 2 healthy boys myself. I can't imagine what these families have to go through, and just how tentative our grasp on life is. You never know, right? You never know, and for those families that are, suffering right now, that are struggling, that could use a leg up or a little ray of hope, or maybe even just a little bit of happiness. You know, if I can do something, especially something that involves enjoying my hobby and hanging out with my friends, of course I'm going to do that, because that's awesome, and we should all do stuff like that, right? Anyway, but yeah. So I am also pleased to announce that today was actually a pretty good start to the campaign. We have, I'm currently at $300, so that's good, right? On the first day. Can't really complain about that. At $300, that includes a couple of sales and some donations. So I'm excited to get this into overdrive. It means I'll have a nifty little shirt when we do the event. We can also talk about the live event a little bit more as well, because I'm excited for that too. So the live event, like I said, it's going to have a paint and take area. So Spencer, I think, is going to be running the paint and take. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure he wants to head that up, and that's cool. I'll be running the miniature stuff, and then we're both going to be putting stuff into raffles, okay? And you guys are watching right now. And so for those few of you who are watching right now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to drop that Joan of Arc Kickstarter into the live event. And I've got to announce that pretty soon. Now, for those of you who do not know what the Joan of Arc, I think it's Mythic Games or whatever, the Joan of Arc game that was Kickstarter delivered earlier this year. This is a big set. It's a big set. It's a very interesting game. It looks really exciting. I just never had time to jump into it, right? I had just finished painting Batman. We were playing lots of Batman, and it was like, well, you know, I could jump into this game, but there's so much Guild Ball happening, there's so much other stuff happening that, it just never happened. It never happened. And this thing is just sitting in my room making me sad. So yeah, we need to make that, somebody else needs to be happy from that game, right? So I'm going to drop that game into the live event, and we're going to announce it. It's going to be a big deal. Hopefully we get a lot of people that show up, even if they just show up for the Joan of Arc raffle. I don't care. You just show up just to try to win that thing. I don't blame you. It's more, it's going to draw some board gamers in and over, which I think is fantastic. But yeah, let's put it in there. Let's put it in there and let's see who is interested in winning something like that. Now, it's not the whole Kickstarter thing, right? It's not like the $400, $500 Kickstarter thing. We're talking maiden pledge. So base game and the exclusives, which is still decent, right? It's, it was about $140 pledge. And I understand that it's $140 loss to me. But is it though? Right? I don't take losses on the miniature side. At least, not often. And but to me, the fact that I'm not playing it is a loss, right? The fact that I almost look at this like like a business looks at having inventory that's just eating up warehouse space. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. Like, I'm a business, that awesome game is taking up warehouse space in my game room down here, and I want somebody to enjoy it, right? Hey, what's up, Jose? I want somebody to be able to enjoy that game. So this is the best way to do it. It's obviously, I don't want to drop it into an online raffle, because that shit is going to be nuts to ship, right? I definitely do not want to have to worry about packing that thing up and shipping it to somebody. I'm just going to throw those 2 giant boxes in the back of my car. We're going to drive it to CQ. I'm going to say, okay, if you want in on this raffle, here's what you have to do. And I'm going to tell you guys right now how to get in on the raffle, okay? There's 2 ways. There's actually 3, but 2 ways. The easiest 2 ways to get in on the raffle for the Joan of Arc game. Okay? So, normally raffle tickets for the raffles are $1 each, right? And you usually buy like $5, right? For this Joan of Arc game, these raffle tickets are going to be $5 each. Okay? They're going to be $5 each. I may allow people online to buy them at the to buy it. No, I'm not. Never mind. No, we're not I'm not shipping it. It's crazy not shipping it. Never mind. Sorry, online guys. Online guys, you guys have your own cool like stuff you could win. Okay, but we're not. No, we're not doing that. Anyway, so these raffle tickets will cost you $5 a piece. If you want to really get the best value and try to win this, to try to win the Joan of Arc game, the best thing you can do is show up to the event and play our paint and play bingo. Okay? Now, I don't have the example here because we're still working on the bingo card, but it's exactly like it sounds, right? It's a bingo event. You show up, and there's, you're gonna get a bingo card, and you fill out, you try to achieve different things on the bingo card, and when you get bingo, you get a free ticket into the Joan of Arc raffle, and along the way you'll get the $1 tickets that you could drop into the other raffles. Okay, so the things that are on the bingo event are things like, paint go to the paint and take and paint a miniature, or play a game or try out a game that you have not played before, right? So there's going to be that kind of stuff in as part of the bingo event for the day. Paint and Play Bingo is the working title of what we're doing. Yeah, and it's just designed for you to participate in the day's events, working towards the goal of trying to get more raffle tickets for this awesome board game. Oh yeah, it's a maiden pledge, but I also backed it for a mat, so there's a mat as well. So it's like, I forget how much the mat was, but it's like close to $200 value. It's actually, I'm sure I could turn around and sell that thing on Kickstarter for like $400 easy. But that's gonna be one of the biggest prizes at the official Paint and Play Day. And again, not many people are going to watch this video, so I'm going to tell you what else I'm going to drop in that day. I will also be dropping an entire Union Guild for Guild Ball for raffle, and that's just gonna be one of the regular raffles. I'm just gonna do that because that's hilarious and nuts to me. It makes no sense. Why would I drop like $200 worth of metal miniatures into a $1 raffle? Let's just do it. Let's just do it, folks. So yeah, that's gonna be in there, and then there's gonna be other stuff that goes into that the live event raffle. So you're gonna want to be a part of that. You're gonna want to. Hopeful. I think you should. Of course you're gonna want to. Of course you will want to be in that. But yeah. So Extra Life is on. It's gonna be dope. If you are watching just online and you want to participate in the online raffles, the most fun you could do for next to nothing is send me a $5 donation and put it on my Extra Life page and tell me that you want to be on one of the online raffles, right? Just put $5 in and I'll drop you into an online raffle, and I'll tell you when we're going to raffle your item that you're interested in, and we'll schedule a late night game and I'll raffle it off live. Hey, what's up, Sean? That's like fun for $5, dude. Just take $5, put it in there. If you really want the value, what did I say? I think if you donate $25, you're in every online raffle, something like that. Let's see. I forget. Let's check my Extra Life page. Wait, my page. What did I say? What? All right. So here's my page. Yes, Octave Villar. I'm doxing myself. You bastard. Um, this is my sixth. Oh, somebody else donated three. I got $350. Nice, nice. Thank you so far, everybody. So here is what we're looking at. All right, so online raffle. Here's the online raffle stuff. All right. Limited edition Minerva. That's the Wonder Woman miniature. Guild Ball limited edition metal ball set. This is really neat. These are, I don't know if you guys have ever seen these, but Guild Ball put out these limited edition metal balls, and they have like a Union ball, a Mortician's ball. They have some awesome, they're just awesome metal balls. I think there's like 6 that come in a set. They're rad. Malifaux limited edition Nightmare Teddy. Okay, this guy is probably this. I'm gonna enter this one myself, probably, because I want to keep it. Full disclosure, where'd it go? Yeah, find it. What this is a metal Teddy miniature, and it's like chewing on a little kid. It's really terrifying, and it's awesome. I also have a limited edition metal misdemeanor. These are harder to come by. I think these days they count as Ronin, or they count, I forget, they count as Ronin or they count as Desperate Mercenaries. And then 2 Rumble Slam starter teams, fully painted, the Orc starter team or the Human starter team. Again, $5 gets you into these. And that's what I have so far. I'm probably going to drop some Infinity in there. I may drop in some Aristea, just for fun, guys. But that's, we're gonna auction off that stuff online. When we're doing the gaming. Well, again, I can't promise the gaming because I need your help. I need people that can sign up, and we can hard schedule a game, and we can all play that together, right? Because those were the fun times from last year. So yeah, that's what's on the that's what's on tap for the online raffles. We always have fun doing the online raffles too. So yeah, that's not bad, dude. $350 in the first day of the campaign. That's pretty hot. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty stoked about that. I'm very honored for you folks who have already donated. Oh, I forgot to look. Who donated? Oh, check it out. Courage and Honor. Courage and Honor from YouTube fame just dropped it. He just dropped it like it's hot directly into my campaign. What a dope person. So shout out to Courage and Honor. Shout out to Michael Rudsky. And then Andrew Jones, obviously, or I'm sorry, he wants to call himself Fried Rice Jones. Here's the. I'll show you here on the alerts. Right, $150 from Fried Rice Jones. There you go. This Comic Quest that was actually last year, but here. Thank you, Fried Rice Jones. Yeah. Anyways, let's look here. I need to go back to my page. And what did I say for raffle? Okay, raffle entries. Okay, $25 gets you into one raffle. $25 gets you entry into all the raffles. You may add additional entries at 1 for $5, 3 for $10, or 10 for $20. Okay? So, again, you can have fun. Throw $5 in just to be fun. And I know it's fun like while we're playing these out too. I know in the past we've been like, oh, I want in on this. So people will just drop a $5 like right before I do the drawing. That's super fun. Do stuff like that. But I am gonna need to call on my old gaming crew, or maybe we recruit some new people to play some of these games with us and just be there for the drawing. So if you have any questions or comments or anything about the Extra Life campaign, or you want to ask me about Malifaux or Guild Ball or life in general, you know, you want dating advice from a married man, I can do that as well. Not well. I wouldn't trust my dating advice. Although the one bit of dating advice I would say that I always tell people and I stick by is don't get a male wingman. Okay? Don't get a male wingman. The only time you should get a male wingman, if you're dating, you want to bring a wingman with you to go, you know, to go meet the ladies or whatever. My advice is don't get a male wingman unless you're a female, because that's how it works, guys. That's how it works. All right. 2 guys it's tough. It's tough, man. Don't do that. Okay, so she's gonna have weird brown boots, but okay. So any questions, comments? Threats? You mad? They said don't take a male wingman. You should not. Should not take a male wingman. Okay? Never works out. Alright? You guys have heard some of my stories about me being a professional wingman. And I think I did my job. Hey, what's up, Dicey? What up, man? Welcome to the feed. Good morning to you and yours. I've been missing your feed, man. Watching you paint up some Ortegas. Pretty dope. Pretty dope, dude. Or as Twitch would like to say, righteous brother, righteous. Righteous Brothers, also a band name. So we're just painting up some Ronin here, and I'm describing my Extra Life campaign. Andrew was saying today that his Extra Life is his favorite time of year. Like he loves how much like hype we generate around Extra Life, and I gotta admit, so do I, man. It is super fun when we get into like the raffles and stuff, and when we get, you know, when the games. Just so many good memories, you know, playing late night games on this channel and getting really drunk. I may have to do separate fundraising to buy myself some sake, because I will do that, guys. I will do that. If you donate, I'll do. That's just going to be. You want to donate to my my campaign? I will also do shots of sake. I will also. You can also just do a super chat, and I will do that. But I don't have any sake tonight. Calm down. We're not doing that tonight. Hey, what's up, itinerant hobbyist? Been listening while setting up a board game World War II war. Nice, man. Sounds like you are in for a good time. But yeah, it's funny, but it's a lot of work. You know, right? Like I said at the beginning, I always have this little bit of hesitation, like, oh, maybe I skip this year. I'm not kidding. I think about this every year. I'm like, oh, maybe I skip this year. Maybe, you know, Extra Life they'd be fine without me. They don't need me. You know, I make a piddly $1,000 or whatever, and Extra Life makes like $17 million or something like that every year. They don't need me. But then I thought about it. Every year, and then I think about it, and then it's like, then Spencer's bugging me, like, Octave, let's do this, and let's do this, and this, and this. And I'm like, oh, man, I don't know how to and where to Extra Life, and when do you do it? Okay, Extra Life, the formal event is November 2nd. if you want, let me show you the thing real quick. If you want to donate to my campaign, because you should, man. I don't e-beg for me, baby. I e-beg for kids. Okay, this is true. If you wanna find me, this is my name, Octave Villar. You can find me there on Extra Life. There's a picture of me and my 2 little boys. Little halo, little angel wing there, and you can donate. And look at that. There's me and my goal. And if you scroll down, this explains the whole thing, and it also explains the online raffles and what we have in the online raffles. Okay? Cool? So, that's me. If you want my participant number, it is... Oh, no. What is my participant number? We'll never know. Well, hold on. If we type in my name here, let's see what it says. That's right. We type in, here's me. See, you just type in my name and you can click there. Yeah. Super cool charity. It goes directly towards children's hospitals. And yeah, and you get to, and you'll likely win some cool stuff. That was cool that Courage and Honor, he's always like one of the first people that just jump on, man. He is good people. Did I tell you that? I wish he would do YouTube videos, but is it a link here or on Facebook's? Oh, I'm not sure. I'll post it. I can post it in your Facebook group if you want. Or you can also find the link on my Facebook page on Play It Painted. I posted a link to it today. But yeah, Courage and Honor, dope guy. He's a fellow dad, and he had this, him and his son, they had a YouTube channel, and they had their own Malifaux town called Knockham Flats. It was really cool, and they built a bunch of like terrain for their town, and they were gonna like play games for their town and all this cool stuff. I just wish he would. Yeah, I miss his videos too. All right, but I totally understand. Like, he's like, that dude is like a super dad, right? I like dads always got like mad respect for other dads, right? Dicey, you got kids, like I got mad respect for my fellow hobby dads. They got to do their thing, especially like, when we stay up late, we sacrifice for our kids and everything, and then we get it all out on the painting table. But this is such a great situation for me, to be able to use your hobby to promote a really good cause, and just enjoy it. My wife, full disclosure, my wife hasn't always been supportive of me being in the hobby, and she had excellent reasons to be that way. But Extra Life, she just told me, she was telling me today over dinner, like just how proud she is that I participate every year, and that we're able to turn it into something really fun. And that's really the point, right? For us, it is super fun. I donate to other people's Extra Life campaigns, and it's just fun to see them progress, and you want everyone to do well. Now, typically in Extra Life, you do your fundraising. You do most of the fundraising like the day of, because it's really, Extra Life was primarily like streamers, right? Twitch streamers, YouTube streamers, and that kind of stuff. And they're usually streaming video games, right? Because video games is the more popular medium. So they'll stream video games and they'll play for 24. The idea was you play for 24 hours straight. You play a full marathon of video games. And I have considered many years trying to do a tabletop paint and play 24-hour thing. I explained this on my last discussion about Extra Life. I would love to do 24 hours where every 6 hours I'm playing and painting a new game, right? So every 6 hours, like it's my Extra Life if I ever did 24 hours, and I can't because I don't want to be worthless to my wife for 48 hours of not watching my kids. But if I could do it, I would do 6 hours per game, right? So I would pick Malifaux for 6 hours, and I would spend the first 4 hours painting up a new Malifaux crew. Then the last 2 hours playing that Malifaux crew, and then raffling off that Malifaux crew. How hot would that be, right? Then the next 6 hours, Guild Ball. I take a Guild Ball team, paint up the entire team. The last 2 hours, play a game of Guild Ball, then raffle off the Guild Ball team. Like, that would be so much fun. And you do it with 2 more games. I don't know, Wrath of Kings maybe? Maybe What would I do? Aristea? That's weird. I don't know. There's a lot of different things. Maybe Arena Rex would be pretty hot. Or Batman even. I could have Nelson come over at like 2 in the morning, play Batman with me. That would be pretty dope. That's the dream though. I will get there too. I think when my kids are old enough and, they're going to do their own thing, give it like 2 or 3 years. When my kids are old enough, they can do their own thing. They don't need the constant supervision. Then I can really try the 24-hour marathon. I think it'd be funny. I wonder if my stuff would look any good, like if my painting would be any good. That last thing that I'm painting better be very easy to paint. Gosh. There's a guy that is trying to get me to take a GW commission, and I'm like, man, I do not paint GW stuff, and I definitely don't stream it. But if it's for the kids, so, yeah, I don't know. I mean, that is the other point too. Commissions that are occurring during this time will have a portion, and when I mean portion, I'm going to tell you right now, 50%. 50% of all the commission stuff I do between now and November 2nd, the money will go to Extra Life. So Nelson, if you want me to paint some Star Wars Legion or some Harry Potter, something like that, it's a good time. AT, just pop in and say hi. Just let me know when you put it. It's up, dude. It is up, AT. Go ahead and just look me up by my name, and we're up and going, and you'll find information on the online raffle. Hint. Now this, okay, here's spoiler alert. AT comes and wins a big prize every single year. He comes to Extra Life. He only goes to one of my events every year. He only goes to one, and he wins. He just shows up and wins all the things. Oh man, yeah, I know you got your second boy on the way. So exciting. So that means somebody else has a chance to win the Joan of Arc Kickstarter. Oh my God. Somebody else is gonna have you seen the boxes for that? Have you seen? Oh my gosh! Can you make just tell your wife, like, just don't give birth between 4 and 4:15 p.m. I gotta go to Orange County and win this thing. You could do it. You'd be like, baby, I'm doing this for the boys. I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for our family. As someone who has given this speech many times to his wife. Oh man, you haven't seen these boxes. Dude, I do I have a photo? Do I have a photo of these boxes? Is it on my Instagram? Let me see. These boxes are gigantic. Do you know how big the Batman boxes are? You know how big the like here's a photo of them. This is not a good representation though, right? There's a photo of them on the floor. These boxes, these three boxes are bigger than the Batman boxes. No joke. These are gigantic. Like if you want to see the Joan of Arc game, just look it up, man. They are stupidly big, and they're packed to the gills with minis. And you know, my only regret is that you guys that are only participating on the online raffles, you are unfortunately not eligible for that because it's gonna cost me like $400 to ship that somewhere. But yeah, that's the live, dude. That's we need to get like I want to get a bunch of people at Comic Quest standing around 3:45 just mad at me. I want them to be angry at me. Like, Octave, when you gonna do this stupid drawing? And then we're gonna just like raffle off a bunch of stupid shit beforehand. People are gonna be super mad. Dude, you said you would do the Joan of Arc thing. People. Yeah, you can. I mean, you can. You know, if you want to front load some raffle tickets, I will allow you to do that. But man, people are gonna. If you show up to, I don't know how many of the big prizes you've won come into my events. You always win the biggest thing, though. Like every year, you've won the biggest thing. So I think people are mad. Like people probably think it's rigged. I would claim the same. Like I think it's rigged. I don't know. You have some sort of you have definitely some sort of evil magic in play. Allows you to win stuff like that. Remember how like I had to throw like last year I threw like 10 tickets at Battle for Zycanthus because that game looked so stupid I had to have it, and now it's just sitting there on my floor like sad times. And I look at it like, wait, why did I put like probably $60 worth of raffle tickets in there so I can have Battle for Zycanthus. And I was threatening to make Mark play it with me. Mark was super pissed when I won it, but then relieved that we never played it. Yeah. Yeah, he's banned, dude. He just wins. He wins all the things. It's like soul crushing. People are like, man, I come here every year. Andrew threw a ton of money at some of these prizes too. and Albert would drop like 2 tickets in and win. What? So rough. Oh man. Okay, yes, the brown boots they clash with the rest of the outfit, but we're good. Yeah. I'm excited, man. Extra Life is always super fun, like I said. It's that thing that, like, I have to do it. Like, I'm compelled to do it every year. And I always, like, oh, maybe I just skip this year. It's so much work. Maybe I just don't do it this year. But inevitably, I'm like, it turns out to always be super, super good, super, super rewarding. I'm always overwhelmed by, the amount of support I get. It's great, man. It's just great. Like, we end the day and people are happy. We, like, did something good. We accomplished something good, right? That's what matters. We accomplished something good. And I, there were a couple times when my boys were sick, and I took them to Chalk, right? I took them to Chalk, the Children's Hospital, and I'm like, with all this stuff here, you know, the all the treatment and all this stuff, and just being able to, I understand that my fundraising is really kind of a drop in the bucket to run a full-fledged hospital. But hey, it all helps, right? It's not hurting, and just to be a part of that is a pretty big honor to know, like, just that you put something in, and your kids and importantly, like the really sick kids rely on that kind of stuff every day. It's great. All right, so we got her, and her. I need to do a little bit of highlight on her weapon, so let's do that. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's, you know, Andrew is right. It is like, it's his favorite time of year, but it's mine too. I'm actually really, I was really impressed, but not terribly surprised that Andrew says it's like one of his favorite times of the year. Because Andrew's like super generous guy. Like, he's genuinely, you know, and all you guys are, but Andrew, like, he really does kind of go the extra mile. Like, he goes, if he knows it's for kids and that kind of thing, he's all aboard it. Plus, he likes to win raffles. So do I, man. I like to win raffles. I'm glad Spencer has a campaign, so I can donate to his campaign as well, and try to win raffles. Sometimes Spencer gets some pretty good price support too. I'll see if I should bug Gabe, see if he'll make me something for price support. Of course he will. He's Gabe. Gabe is amazing. Gabe is just another good people, man. So if you guys have any other questions, comments, man, I may go back tomorrow to CQ. I may buy that Marcus box, man. May have to buy it. Yvonne tried to hype that up for me. She tried. She did a pretty good job. She tried to hype it. She knew, though. She knew. But yeah. Just a little highlight here on the sword. Again, not the biggest fan of this. Like, I like this pose in theory, but it just doesn't execute well at this scale. Right? You just don't have enough room to work there. You just don't have enough room to work. I'll tell you what, I'm all like, the wiser thing for me to do would be to get that wastrel set, and then buy a McCabe set, paint the entire keyword, and raffle that. That would be. Oh man, Octave, you bought that box. I would be relieved if you did. I'd be like, oh good, I don't have to worry about it until they restock it. They have the Colette box in there too, Nelson. Oh, they got the new. Yeah. They got that. You know you want that new Colette box, Nelson. And you want someone to paint it for you. I'm just, and your commissions will help the children as well. See, now I'm trying to sell to you. Alright. So a little bit of a sandy background there. Blue or white pants for tower on Masons? Blue. White pants are for like dudes on pleasure cruises. Yes, you do. You love those showgirls, and so do I. And they're so fun to paint. I wonder, somebody will pick those up, though. Somebody will pick up Colette box. I'm just gonna do a little wet on wet. Make the dirt look dirtier. You have plenty of Mythic Battles Pantheon. I don't even, I'll be honest with you, those are awesome. I have no idea what to charge for those. That's very hard for me to quote board game stuff. Board game stuff is always the hardest stuff to quote because you best case scenario, which is like Mythic Battles Pantheon, you don't have a lot of miniatures, but then they all come in this giant Kickstarter, so you're like, I don't know where to begin to charge. And then worst case, it's like, 400 skeletons come in this box. They want you to paint it. Actually, 400 skeletons is a godsend because you can paint those in batches of 50. Because they're skeletons. And you'd wonder why someone would pay you to paint skeletons. But it happens. Okay. Should look at my box of minis and decide what you... Yeah, 6 to 8 minis is perfect. And then I'll figure out what to charge. I guess I'll look at level of detail and then kind of compare it to existing miniature ranges and then just try to find the most fair price there. All right. Jeez, why is this bouncing water? Or this is bouncing paint off. I don't like that. I do not like that. So right now I do have 2 commissions on board. Well, I have one and then I have one that's going to be sent out to me at some point. 100 zombies from Zombicide? Yeah, that can be rough. The saving grace for the Zombicide zombies is they aren't terribly detailed, but to paint all the different clothes sucks. And then, but, you know, you screw up, you just paint some blood on them. And that usually helps. The people who take on Zombicide commissions, I salute you, because that's tough. I've done, and not the zombies, it's the characters. The characters are hard. Because it's just, every character is unique, and you're painting what's essentially a 20mm scale character. But you have to paint like 12 at a time. That can be rough. These Ronin are cool. I really like this one. This is my favorite Ronin. I did not get that Wild Bill alt sculpt. I don't know. Aristea is super fun, but Malifaux has not clearly knocked that one into a distant third at this point for me. You know, Guild Ball is in a very good spot right now, errata-wise. We've been playing some Guild Ball, been having fun. Had a game with Sean, super fun. Played some Masons, so that's good. Okay, we're gonna let these dry. Yeah. Yeah. I've done, I think I've only done like character commissions for Zombicide. I don't think I haven't painted like batch upon batch of Zombie. Speaking of commissions, let me show you guys what's up next in the queue. We got some more 10 Thunder stuff coming up. So I didn't do the basing on these, so I claim no responsibility for that. But we've got some Monks of Low River and Monks of High River. And I'm trying to figure out, I think these guys are the Low River guys. And this guy here doing like a spinny kick. He's pretty dope. And then you got Monks of High River. So what is it about 3rd edition? They got you back in. Didn't like majority of fans drop off at 2nd edition. Yeah. I dropped out of 2nd edition for a number of reasons that would probably take up an entire show. But if we're just talking mechanics-wise, one of the main reasons why I dropped out of 2nd edition was the game became too much of a competitive list building exercise, in my opinion. The game, 2nd edition, perfect example, if I'm talking Colette 2nd edition was you take the best units, meaning you take Cassandra, you take Howard Langston, you take these great objective runners. And instead of actually playing Colette, you just spam prompt 6 times. And it's stupid. That was stupid. That was the playstyle in 2nd edition because some competitive dude was like, brah, you do this, brah, and then the brah, and you hire your this, brah. And it became, Malifaux 2nd edition went from this like super thematic 1st edition to let's just build all the super crews and win in the stupidest manners possible because they stripped out the thematic playstyles in 2nd edition. The upgrade system in 2nd edition was horrifying. It was some 40k freaknut came up with that bad idea of let's give your master only 2/3 of their abilities, but let's make you buy a bunch of stupid upgrades getting back to it. So, number of reasons why I did not like 2nd edition. 3rd edition wiped it all out. Okay, 3rd edition brought my girl Colette her playstyle back. Presto changeo. Let's be scheme and objective focus. Let's move pieces around the board. Let's do the critical interacts. Like they brought all of that theme back. Each crew feels so dramatically different. Everything feels overpowered in Malifaux 3rd edition, and that's awesome. Like the first time you face a master in 3rd edition, you freak out for like the first 2 turns. Like you're like, I don't know, how do I beat that? I don't know. How do you beat that? I don't know. Like I've never seen a mechanic like that. How do you handle it? And then you figure it out. You figure it out by 3rd turn or you die. That's usually what happens. But when you figure it out and when you're like, okay, no, really, all I really have to do to win this game is do this, and stop them at this one key point. And the games get so good when you do that. When you're rolling into turn 4, and the score is 3-2, and you're the one down, and you're like, no, I got this one, dude. I'm going to win 6-5. Like, I've done this already dozens of times in 3rd edition. I'm like, I'm down 3-2. I'm going to score 4 more points that my opponent will not see coming, and I'm going to win the game 6-5. That's awesome. That's all I got to say about 3rd edition is so sick because the game paces better. The playstyles are way more thematic. It feels like Malifaux again. And, you know, that's what I was telling the local veteran guys that dropped out with me at 1st edition. I'm like, guys, it feels like Malifaux. Like, we're back. Let's come back and play. And there's been a revival here in Orange County. People are playing it again, um, and I'm excited. I'm excited, and you know, YouTube. I now have the. We're now building a cult for Yvonne on YouTube. uh, but you know, it is really cool to see some like a total outsider like her get into that, like she got into the game, like she really got embraced the characters, got into the game, really started enjoying it, like legitimately started playing well. Like that's awesome. That's the entire reason why I love teaching people miniature games, right? Is you get to see the evolution of people. Like you get to see people that, you know, 2 months ago she would never go near a miniatures game. They were too complicated. She would watch us play Guild Ball and go, I don't know what the hell's going on, and she would get up and leave, right? And now she has played one of the most intricate games out there, and now she's like, oh, I'm going to learn this. I want to try this. This is going to be awesome. Like that's why promoting games is worth it right there. When you get to see stuff like that, you know, and I've seen it in the course of my career. I've seen it happen dozens of times where people that never played miniature games before, you teach them the right miniature game and something in their brain clicks. Like something in their brain clicks and they're like, oh, right? And that, just having people get that moment in front of you is why I tell people, if you can volunteer to teach a game system, teach a game system, right? We all know you're good at the game, whatever. You can win a tournament, that's fine. You can win a painting contest, okay, cool. You can do this stuff on YouTube. But really, I was going to do a whole separate video on this about what my actual goal is as a gamer and as a hobbyist. Like what my actual goal is I want to be the most complete player out there, if that makes sense, right? I want to be the most complete. That's my goal. I want to be the most complete miniature gamer out there. Meaning I know the systems. Meaning if I'm playing against a competitive player, I can play at their level. I can compete with them. I can give them a good challenge. Not saying I can win, but I can give them a good challenge. If I'm playing against a really good painter, I can line up nicely painted miniatures across from theirs, and we can have this really like beautiful looking board and great looking minis and play this very fun game. If I'm playing against a casual player or a social player, that I can also meet them at their level and I can play super fun games and I can try silly stuff. And if I'm playing against somebody who's experimenting, that I can ask them what they want to see on the other side of the board and I can make that happen. And I can use all of these things. I can use all of these abilities to get at my one goal of creating what I call grand spectacle, and having people all get together and play a fun game and enjoy a fun game and enjoy it in whatever way they prefer to enjoy it. That's my goal, right? And that's, and no matter what, like I said, I've won. I'm gonna brag for a second here, but I've won miniature game tournaments and I've won the occasional paint contest, and I've done, and I've been to the big conventions and I taught at the big conventions and I've done all that stuff. But really the goal is to just be this. I want to be the person that people always want to play the game with, no matter what angle they're taking. If they're a competitive player, if they're a casual player, if they're a pure hobbyist, if they're an immersive player. I want to be that complete player that's like, oh yeah, it's Octave. I want to get a game with him. That's my goal. And I think that's what everybody's goal should be as a miniature gamer. Now, I'm not saying that needs to be your only goal. You can totally have other goals, like win a game tournament. That's cool. You can have those goals built in, but I think ultimately, if you were in a gaming community where everyone's goal was to be somebody that everybody wants to get in a game with, then you have essentially the utopia, right? You have the utopia of miniature gaming because you have these complete players. You have these, and the best part is where you have these people that are willing to drop their regular game to get more people into gaming. And I can't explain how completely rewarding, like thoroughly rewarding it is to get somebody new into a game and have them experience that like first, it sounds like I'm a drug dealer, but like have them experience that first moment of pure joy where like this and this and this clicked in my head and I move this piece here. Look at this Fuhatsu, guys, get hilarious. And and to have like okay, the most recent example is Yvonne. I'm going to keep bringing her up. So for it to click in her head of I can take the jackalope and I can put the jackalope here. It can leap. It can kill this piece. It can leap over here, attack this piece, and then you try to kill it, and I discard a card and it comes right back. To have her make all of those brain connections right in front of you and just be rewarded by something really cool that they did in a game, as the person, as the veteran person, the ambassador or the teacher of that game, you will not get a better moment out of miniature gaming than that. Fact. Okay? Fact. Like I said, I walked up and I picked up the first prize. I've done that. I've won the painting competition. I've won the sportsmanship competition. I've done all of those things. And I'm not saying you don't want to do those things. Those things are awesome. But none of those things compare to being there and helping somebody find that first like pure joy moment of, oh, that's why these weird nerds play these miniature games. There's nothing that replaces that. It's the best thing ever. And again, to be the person that is sought out, like, okay, and people have told me this too. It's like, Octave, I want to find out what Octave's playing because I want to play the game. I want to play what he's playing, right? That's like the biggest compliment I can get, like I can receive, is the people that say that, like, oh, I came to this convention because I want to find out what you're playing and I want to play that too. And the number of people who have done that for me over the years has been gigantic. Not like gigantic number, but what I mean is like when it happens, like that's a big deal for me. Like that's a huge compliment for me. We lost the barrels to his gun. So before I primed these guys, I was supposed to find something. But anyway, I'm rambling. But yeah, that's really, I think that's sort of the magnum opus of miniature games, and the reason, well, my reasons for why I promote miniature games, why I push them so hard, why I ultimately volunteer to teach people how to paint and how to play, and why I do all that stuff. Because there's just nothing that replaces that for me. It's just the best thing ever when it happens. And for all of you guys that are in the chat that have gamed with me, I've been with you for those moments. And it's always been awesome. Sometimes it's a process, The first time Sean beat me in a game of Guild Ball, like that was a huge moment, man. That was freaking great. That was, I want to say that was like, there was this really cool moment where you used Siren to charge OCAT. You got the seduction off, and OCAT passed you the ball, and you ended up scoring your winning goal. Like that's amazing, right? Just to have moments like that where it's like, okay, something really clicked there, something really happened there, and it's why you play these games. It's not, you don't play these games to, like, you know, to whip it out and measure it. You know, some people do, but I don't want to game with those people. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you play those games for that moment, like, oh man, I'm finally gonna, like, do something really, really cool, really, really incredible, and you hunt that moment down, and you're, you know, there's some other people, what, like, their big moment was painting their own crew and putting. There's a lady that I taught miniature gaming to, like 6 years ago, and and she would come and paint with me too, and I would teach her how to paint. And her big moment was just the first time she put down a Malifaux crew that she had painted all herself. She'd done all the basing, she did all the painting, and it looked amazing, right? She painted all these pieces to her best ability, and for her, and you know, she wasn't looking to win a game or anything like that, but that was her goal. And just to have been, you know, somebody that helped her along the way get there, like, those are great things. Like, if you do that when you're gaming, your gaming time will always be valuable, right? Because there will, it's hard to explain, and it's stupid, I know, and I'm preaching whatever. But there are some really, really profound moments. Like I said, we were talking about Mark the other day, getting Mark out of his shell, getting him to come out as a person and you know, engage with other people. Like, those are big things. This is pushing little plastic men around a board. I get that, and a lot of people will think it's juvenile or stupid or ultra nerdy, that kind of thing. But this is a hobby that is so complex, and it has so many different facets for you to enjoy, and to help, and to, you know, to kind of be somebody that's helping people navigate through all of that is, like, the best. And then to top it all off, to be able to use all of that to benefit sick kids and their families, that's where it's at, man. That's what you, like, that's end goal. That's a, you know, that'd be great. If I could make $8 billion a year doing it, okay, that's that would be amazing too. But yeah, it's you know, we'll work on that part. You know, there's always got to be a goal. You always have to have the next level, right? Need to have you know, instead of Stark Industries, you got to have the Painted Industries and the giant tower, and then I form, you know, the miniature Avengers. I don't know who gets to be Thor. Not really sure. Yeah. So yeah, I gotta find a plastic bits for Fuhatsu here, because Chris gave me this, and he literally threw the sprue away while the barrels of the Gatling gun were on it. So it's sad times. I know. I'm gonna dig into my Battle for Zycanthus box. Shoot. I think I'm gonna mount these on bases, and we'll work that out. But yeah, hopefully, is your son really named Thor? That is so dope. That is so awesome. You gotta go to bed. All right, thanks, AT. Hey man, good luck and congratulations in advance. Gonna be the proud pappy ×2. Are you going for a third? I don't even want to ask you yet. That's unfair. Shouldn't even be thinking about another child while you got one still in the chamber. But yeah, congratulations, dude. Two boys is, let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you right now. Your first kid is like your practice kid. If it was anything like my first kid is just complete angel. He just brilliant, compliant. Like, he didn't feel, I was like, you know, I thought a little kid would be messier, sloppier, you know, drooling all the time. No, my second kid, real kid. Like, my second kid is like a real toddler. He does all of that stuff, right? No screwing around. You know what I mean? You got a can of water or a bottle of water that's open. He's gonna dump that entire bottle of water on the floor. My first kid would never even think, like, dare to think to do something like that. My second kid, he does it all day, every day, right? He is a professional little boy, right? And you know, and I tell people I was once a professional little boy, and I can understand stuff like this, right? Anyway, everyone's like, the third will be a girl for sure. Dude, 3 kids, man, that's wild. Woo! Good luck. One of my boys is named Thor. My first boy is Burke, and my little baby girl is named Ilva. Oh, cool, man. That's awesome. What are pretty names. Pretty names. From the northerner there. Those are really pretty. My son's names are Octavius and Darius. So I don't know, going for some Greco-Roman names there. I'm not sure. We didn't have a name for my firstborn until like 2 days after he was born. I really liked the name Vincent. My wife liked the name Drake. We couldn't agree. Somebody, I forget who it was, somebody was like, just name your kid Octavius. And, you know, 2 days in the hospital, we were tired. I had the birth certificate in front of me. And I'm like, I look over my wife, I'm like, what are we naming our son? She's like, I don't know, you can just decide. And I'm like, and I like wrote out half my name, and it was like, yeah, okay, Octavius. Hey, somebody suggested that, and it worked. You know, it stuck there. Then, for a second, when my wife was pregnant with our second, Octavius was going out and telling everybody that his brother's name was Darius. So Octavius actually named his brother, because my wife threw it out. My wife was like, well, I kind of like the name Darius, and I'm like, I don't like that name. I always think of like Hootie and the Blowfish. So I don't like that name. But yeah, it happened anyway, you know. Anyway, yeah. So I think with that, I'm gonna call the stream here unless you guys have questions, and I'm gonna show you guys. I don't think you guys want to watch me prime this stuff. It's super boring. But I'll show you the Ronin. They're okay. Like, this one is like my least favorite one. And then this one here, I don't know. She's happy. I like her Killer Bee outfit. Really cool. And then this one here, we all like her. She's great. She had the cool hairdo and the red and black. Super cool. Anyways, these are for Andrew, by the way. They were originally commissioned, but they're a birthday present now. Yay! Happy birthday, Andrew. I'll bring those to you tomorrow. I think Andrew and Nelson are going to be hanging out tomorrow. So, yeah. So again, if you guys want to find my Extra Life campaign, you can look me up on Extra Life. Just go to extralife.org, and then under search, type in my name, and yeah, and you can go to my campaign page, and on the somebody donated already. How cool. Who was it? You. Anyways, and you can see here's all the stuff. Here's all the rules for the online raffle. If you guys want to see the local stuff, go to my Facebook page, Play It Painted, and go to Play It Painted, and over here, there is a post here that has, and you go see more. something. Oops, no, that didn't mean that. Hold on. Press the wrong thing. See, and then this shows you the stuff that's on sale locally. So these are the local prices, and then when you what will happen is if these don't get bought up, these go on eBay, and then it's basically anyone's game. Look at this. You want there's some. So right now there's a Butcher's Practice Squad, which is made up of a bunch of limited edition models. There is a Miners Guild. Then for Malifaux, we got our Rail Crew, including a Metal Golem and 2 Metal Gammon. I'm keeping 1 Metal Gammon. That's just because me. And then a Morning Crew, which has a ton of stuff. 3 Guild Autopsies, Rafkin, and a Rogue Necromancy. That's a lot of pieces in there. So if you guys are interested in that, info on that. And I'm going to be adding stuff, too, as we go through the campaign. Both for online and the pre-sale stuff and the live stuff. So anyway, yeah, that's going to do it for the stream. Again, if you guys have questions, if you're watching this on the recorded version of this and you have questions, leave it in the comment as well. Want to thank everyone for watching, and thanks everybody in advance. Thanks for people who've already supported the campaign. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Albert, for your donation. Obviously, that's going to put you in all the online raffles from here on. And yeah, appreciate it all. And everybody have a good night. Thanks again.